We're coming back to you live from our bedrooms. I'm Zach.
And I'm Sean. Technically, not my bedroom.
Fetch!
My,
Shut!
my off.
You
It's
just
my office.
You
but,
just
you know,
had to ruin the intro like that.
I know,
Okay.
it's just not as clean anymore.
I demand you pack up and go to your bedroom right now.
Okay. See ya. You won't be able. I won't be able to hear you for a little while. So just don't mind me.
Wait, no, Sean, I didn't
You
mean
know
it.
it's
No,
my
no,
bedroom.
no, Sean, come back. And we lost him to the sounds of the guitar.
Okay, I'm coming back now because I don't know what's happening because the headphones are off. Zach, don't be saying mean things about me.
Oh, I said all the mean things.
Oh,
In fact, I insulted your pajamas again. Yeah, I went there. That's what you get for abandoning me.
Okay, I'm done. Anyways.
I was jamming! How dare you? I was into that. Okay, that's the one time I'm like, okay. Fine.
And can you believe that was completely improvised? Didn't prepare that at all.
Well, Sean, that's just because you're just such a talented human being, and you're just so perfect with that gorgeous face and blonde hair of yours.
Keep going.
Oh, that's it.
No, you missed something.
Oh, right. Your pajamas are good, but they're
Yeah.
they're not as good as mine. Round two. Aww.
Baby. What are your pajamas? If you're so willing to argue with me about pajamas, you know what? I'll bite. What pajamas
okay.
are yours?
I have some gray pajama pants and a gray shirt. Yeah.
Gray?
It's
all
just
gray?
It's basically all gray.
Like you're in like an alternate dimension prison, basically.
Yes, because
Where they only wear gray.
basically my dreams are just a prison.
Your dreams as in the dreams you have at night, or like your dreams of your future?
All of the above.
Ah, wow. So deep, but not profound.
Well, I wasn't trying to be profound, Sean. Like, obviously. If I tried, I would have said that there was a little bit of black on the pajama shirt as well.
Oh, is there? Well, that changes everything.
Yeah.
You want to know what I wear nowadays, pajama-wise?
It's probably the same pajamas as since 5th grade, let's be honest.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
It's 100%.
Yes.
I've just added more fabric so that it fits me now.
I mean, what else would you do?
Because now I'm a little fat boy instead of a...
Sean? You put on some pounds, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with age, you know, and lack of exercise, unhealthy diet.
Says the one that literally goes running.
Dude, I haven't gone running in forever. Don't be ridiculous.
What, like a week?
No, like a few months. I think.
Oh, wow.
Last time I went running
Wow.
was with Jacob right before school started. So yeah, it's been a couple months.
Well, that is still sooner than the last time I went running. So.
Big true. And I played. Let me tell you what. This is a good story. Okay, it's not really a good story. So on Tuesday I was at school, and usually I take the train home, but my brother was getting out of his class, or he didn't. His third class was canceled, so he was like, "Hey, I can take you home," and I was like, "Thanks, bro. You're a real gem." And then so my class ended, and I had to wait for him. So I was like, "Hey, I'll meet you outside of the library." So I was just sitting outside of the library. There's like all the food trucks, lots of people going by, you know. But then I was like, man, I'm bored. I should play hacky sack. I'm like, do I even have one with me? So I start digging around in my bag, and I find my chainmail hacky sack, which is just broken, just destroyed. So I'm like, okay, I can't use this one. Why am I even carrying it with me? But I start looking in my other pockets, but there it is. there's the hacky sack. I brought it
Dun,
with
dun,
me.
dun.
The one I brought this one with me to Allison's family reunion in the summer, and I forgot to take it out of my
And it
bag.
was still there.
I don't know. It might be from that. I can't remember. Anyways, so I start playing hacky sack, and I was having a bad day, and I was just like in a really low mood, and man, I just got into it, and like Spotify was just like blessing me with all of these super hype songs.
Yes.
So I was just like out front of the library, just spinning and doing my best hacky sack work. And dude, by the time my brother came to pick me up, I was sweating and panting and just I was a mess. And I was like, how did hacky sack do this to me today, man? Like, holy cow.
You were really
Anyways.
into that hacky sack. Okay.
Dude, I really was. Me and that hacky sack shared a connection that day that very few.
Would you
share.
say you bonded just a little bit?
I would say that we're one step closer to the edge.
Wow. Okay. Well, which edge?
The edge, 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 out on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on. Okay, yeah.
And
No.
now we get demonetized. How dare you?
My perfect Lady Gaga impression. How could I? I'm such a fool.
There's no point in continuing now, Sean, because we're only here for the YouTube money. Let's be honest.
It's true. Go ahead, end the episode.
It's over.
The end.
It's just what is it? It's just Finn in the fancy letters.
I was going for like the most dramatic way, and you just went with like the very subtle, like Finn. Yeah. Anyways, do you have anything to talk about today?
I do. I actually have two different things, and one of them is so pointless, but I saw it in a video, and it's probably
Hooray.
the most glorious question I've ever had to ponder. So I'm just gonna pose it to you, Sean.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
is the best half of the alphabet?
That's true. The alphabet is 26 letters, eh? We can split it. Wait, let me pull it up, just so I know that we're on the same page here. Alphabet. Alright. So we're talking... Let me share this image with you.
Yeah.
So that we are truly both on the same page.
Of course.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Sean, put that on screen, Sean. Okay, so if we count this in, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So it's A to M versus N to Z.
There you
Correct?
It sounds good to me.
Okay, so those are the two sides. I'm thinking it really depends on culture.
Of course.
Because A to M feels very Western. You know what I mean?
You know, I feel that. I feel that.
I feel like there's what very Western society within there.
I mean, you have H in the first half of the alphabet, and what do we have here in the West? Hamburgers.
You got it. You got it. On the nose. And what else do we have? H-A-M. Ham. The beginning of
There it is.
ham.
There it is.
That's undeniable proof. Very Western. So I think the other half, obviously lots of different cultures. Hard to say where it fits in. X makes me think of South Africa, obviously. But, you know, when I see, like, W, I think of, like, German, Dutch, Scandinavian, you know?
Okay. So the question here is, are we a little biased with what side we think is the best, though, Sean? Because my first name starts with a Z, and yours starts with an S.
It's
But
true.
the next three letters of my name start in the other half of the alphabet.
See, my name's split 50-50.
Oh. Okay. So, Sean, what's your perspective, then?
My perspective. I think no matter
Since
what...
you're, like, right in the middle there for us.
I think the only way you can have an unbiased opinion about which half of the alphabet is the best is if you don't have a name.
Brilliant. Brilliant. In fact, Sean, I have nothing else to argue. You figure it out. I'm so glad I brought you this question today. You just like nailed it on the head, and I can stop worrying about it for the rest of my life.
No, This is the beginning, Zach. You think you just found a conclusion? This is the beginning.
Oh no.
I'll tell you why this is a beginning.
Oh no.
Because you didn't get an answer. What you got the answer for was who to ask. So you need to find this name.
This is the beginning of my quest.
Yes. This is your new life's purpose, is to travel the world in search of this nameless human so that they can give you the correct answer to which half of the alphabet is best.
And my quest begins today.
So, if anyone happens to know a person
without a name
who doesn't know,
hit me up.
Yeah, go ahead, contact Zach on Twitter.
Yeah, of course. That's where I am all the time.
Oh, it's your furry account though, right?
Oh my gosh, kill me. No, Sean, I don't even have one of those.
Oh. He's a little shy, it's okay.
Oh my god.
Sean, put up a picture of Pee-Pee just because it's been a while.
I legit thought you were about to say, put up a picture of Zach's furry Twitter account. And you were just going to pull up a furry Twitter account and have, like, pee-pee, like, just photoshopped over it or whatever. I was going to lose my mind. Well, why did I say anything? I just doomed myself.
I'm literally typing it in right now.
I hate this. End me now.
Let's see.
Well, Sean, while you're doing that, oh no.
Wait, let me share this with you. I was gonna just explain it, but I think you should just see it. I think it's beautiful.
I'm worried now. No, not like this. Not like this.
And is that he followed by Barack Obama? Zach, you still alive?
I just died a little inside, I think. We're good though. We're good. I'm back. I approve of everyone and their personal interests.
Well, you have to since you're a furry.
Oh. One of these days, Sean, I'm gonna find something that just bothers the crap out of you so bad, and I will be relentless.
Hey man, I believe in you. How about that?
Thanks, man.
I believe in you.
Thanks.
If in your quests to find that as well, I bet asking the nameless person that question would also yield an interesting result. So
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay. You have one other thing to talk about.
I do. Before we go on though, I would like just to thank this just give a little shout out to the video that I watched because it's hilarious. Everyone should go watch it about this alphabet nonsense.
Yeah.
The guy's name is Doug, and he did a video where Twitch chat had to do lots of different challenges, and whichever side of Twitch chat won was the better side of the alphabet. That's all I'm gonna say. It's glorious. Twitch chat has to control characters in like they did Mario Kart. They did Super Mario Bros. It was glorious. Go watch it. So thanks for the life crisis I had last night about which side of the alphabet is better. Moving on.
Yeah, moving right along. This is a clean episode.
We're doing so good today. The next thing is actually kind of like there's a little bit more serious to it. And I'm going to go on to it a lot, but in my interpersonal communications class, we were talking about conflict and how different ways to resolve conflict within like your interpersonal communications and just different communication strategies that can help you avoid conflict or resolve conflict, right? And one of the models that we were presented with in our textbook was the STLC model, which stands for Stop, Think,
Yes, of
Listen, and
course. Oh,
Very
yes, of
simple
course.
steps. But I actually don't want to talk about that model today, but I want to talk about what my professor briefly mentioned, like as we were like leaving class, basically. And we haven't had a discussion on it ever since.
Okay.
But basically, in the step communicate, the very last step, what are you doing? You're communicating, but there's a few different results that you're like trying to accomplish. Either it's by through communicating, you're trying to see their point of view, or you're trying to convince them to see your point of view, along with a few other steps. But one of the steps I thought was interesting was during communication, one of the steps in this model, or one of the options you could be doing, was trying to change the other person. And so that brought up, there's an interesting point with my professor, because as we were walking out, she's like, and one of the reasons I'm not the biggest fan of this model is because I don't believe you can change someone. So I wanted to pose that question of, do you think it's possible to actually change someone, or can you only influence them and ultimately they make the choice to change?
Well, my immediate thought, and this is because of my health psychology class, is different practices of counseling and therapy. And one of them is called client-centered therapy, where basically what your professor said is the entire like point of the therapy. We can't change people, so we're not even going to try. The entire point of the therapy is people come into you and they talk, and you don't give any advice. You just listen and you repeat back what they say, and you affirm what they say. And then if they ask you a question, you say, I don't know. What do you think? And eventually they figure it out themselves because they're the expert of their own lives.
Okay.
Which is actually a therapy that when I first heard about it, I really liked that idea. Because I do like the concept of, you're fully in control of your own life and nobody else can really control you, and you're the expert of your own life, so you
Right.
can receive strength. But I also don't think it applies to everyone, because I think there's people there who really need real support and real guidance. Um, as far as like actually changing people, though, that is a good question because I think no matter what you do, even if you're like doing the harshest thing possible, which is like screaming, you're beating someone up to get them to do something, ultimately they're not really changing themselves, like within themselves. They're just doing it to avoid like a punishment.
Right.
I don't know. That there's some initial thoughts, but what else did you have to say about this?
So I thought it was interesting. And it's so funny 'cause, like that very night, I started reading Mistborn, and there's a whole discussion about this like very similar topic in Mistborn. So slight spoilers ahead for Mistborn. It's not crazy, but like with allomancy, they can influence people's emotions, right? Or amplify them or like dull them. And I forget the character's name, but he always insists, he's like, I didn't make anyone do that. He's like, I just made them more
It's
likely to do so.
my boy Breeze.
Yes, Breeze. So like that whole concept, like it's just really interesting because I don't. Part of me doesn't think that like I can't change someone, or like part of me thinks like I'm actually don't like the idea that someone could just like change me like without like me wanting it, right? Like ultimately like that choice I feel like is there, but at the same time it's like if you're influenced so much to do something or you're moved by someone so much, is that choice even there?
Right. So the question almost becomes of like, where is the line between like free will versus environmental and like even like manipulative factors?
Right.
Um, because I've heard the argument, and typically you hear this argument, like the argument of determinism, that everything in life has already been decided, and you don't really have any real choices, right? And usually that argument is like some kind of, or at least when I've heard it, it's some kind of like God and who's already seen everything that's going to happen and is already controlling everything, so it doesn't matter what you do. But I heard a different version from one of my classes. I guess there's a professor at UVU who believes this. I can't remember, but basically they believe in determinism, but in that we don't have any choices because where you're born and how you're raised and the people you interact with actually are what decide things for you.
Interesting.
Which I thought, yeah, it's a different kind of concept of that, where none of your choices matter, because if you were in a completely different situation, you wouldn't even have those choices.
Right.
However, I guess the question becomes: is there like a single identity of you, at least from that perspective? Is there a single identity of you where, given like two alternate realities, where one you're born with a very rich family and one you're born in some slums, you still act like the same kind of person, just in those given different situations? Is there like a one you?
Okay, that's actually an interesting topic as well, because I've always said that like experiences are what like make a person, and like we are who we are because of our past experiences, and that's how we learn and grow. So I would say that like in those two scenarios, you would probably be quite different because you'd have different challenges. But the question is, like, can either of those people decide to change their their life? Like, which of course, like, people do this all the time, right? Someone goes from poverty and they make a name for themselves, or someone is born to riches and they end up not so well off. So the big thing is, like, let's say you have these two people, and they both hear a super motivational speech or something, right? I think it's pretty natural when you hear like a really good speech, you're gonna be inspired. Would you not say that person that said the speech changed their emotions, at least for a little bit?
Yes.
So in a way, you can change people then.
Yes. I think you can change them. At least you can help people think or feel different things. However, what I will say is, at the same time, how many motivational speeches I'll point it at myself. I was going to point it at you, but I'll point it at myself. Have I listened to and felt really motivated and then gone home and done nothing?
Right. It's there for a brief minute and then it's gone.
Exactly. I think like those thought patterns that you've driven into yourself or other factors have driven into you are the part that need to change. I think it's easy to, maybe not easy, but I think there's ways to make people think or feel different things.
Okay, so like it's easy to influence someone's emotions or change their emotions, but when it comes to actually the change itself, maybe it's on the person themselves to react in that way?
Yes. I'm scared to say yes though, because my immediate thought goes to like, and this is way too out of the way, but like addiction and stuff like that, which we have to realize there's things like mental illnesses and addictions and stuff like that, where literally there's things going on in the brain where they can't really change it. They can't.
Right.
Like when you're addicted, it's not just like a thought pattern. It's like literal chemicals and reactions happening that make them need that physiologically. So like, because when you say it's up to the person to change, which I love, it becomes kind of dicey when talking about that, because some things people can't necessarily change. They can work through them and learn to live with them, but some things don't change necessarily. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Fascinating. So, Sean, what I'm hearing is not only does Zach bring up change again, but we still don't know what the best half of the alphabet is.
I didn't even think. I didn't even realize you brought up change again.
It's been too long. It's been at least a few episodes. So here we are.
Yep, here we are. Well, let us know in the comments what the best half of the alphabet is.
And we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Man, I would love if someone created. Maybe you should do this. Create an account that has no name.
And then just post like one half, and then just see the chaos ensue.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, anything else you wanted to say?
Buy our merch.
It's nice and delicious.
Sometimes.
I'd say like 95% of the time.
But no guarantees.
Never a guarantee. You don't get guarantees in life.
Thank you all so much for watching. I'm still Zach.
And I'm still Sean.
See you next time.
Spicy Nuggs! Spicy Nuggs is our friend. Spicy Nuggs! Spicy Nuggs is our friend.
Well, I'm great. You can start with your bad jokes now.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Old lady.
Old lady who?
Oh, I didn't know you could yodel.
I want you to know. I was like, where is he going with this? Fetch.
I stole that joke straight from Undertale. That's one of Sans jokes.
Oh, is it? It's
Well,
been
actually, it might
too
be-
long since I've played that game.
It might be one of Toriel's jokes. I can't remember. Sans might. Oh, whatever. It doesn't.
So
matter.
you're saying you're spreading possibly false information on our
Have you
highly respected podcast?
I was gonna say, have you ever listened to an episode of our podcast?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh.
We have the I know everything tie, Sean.
Oh, I can't see yours. All I see is a weird anime avatar.
Hey. I
I was
hate you.
sitting. I love you too. I was sitting here, waiting for you, just playing my guitar, and I was looking at I was like, maybe I should change the Pyramid Planet Discord to PP because I feel like it'd be appropriate.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, please. Of course I would. The only question is if I could even, figure out how to, because I've never used Discord.
Perfect. He's at a disadvantage.
Luckily, I've got Corby on my team now.
No, that's cheating. This is a 1v1.
Oh, you're right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. How dare you? On that note.